Hey everyone. For this week's art lesson, we're going to be looking at the artist Paul Cezanne, who was a French artist that is well known for painting and drawing still lifes. So today's lesson is going to be learning about a type of artwork called a still life. This will tie into what we did last week with practicing taking our shapes and turning those into three-dimensional forms with shadow and shading. So today we're really going to be focused most on the sphere, the shape of fruit or orange, apples, things that are round. So just going through your slides, it will describe what a still life is. It's a drawing or painting of a group of objects that do not move. So our bowl of fruit will not move. I have mine set up today, and I'll show you that in a moment. They can be random things in your home you can find, or today we're really focused in on a bowl of fruit like Paul Cezanne. So we're looking to be successful today with this still life, and that you understand what a still life is. And he was well known for overlapping his fruits. So you guys will get to do some overlapping and create some space in your picture. It'll look more realistic. Um, so I do have on slide number three different examples of his work that was done with still lifes. Um, he was again from France, friends with other famous painters at that time, Henri Matisse and Pablo Picasso. Um, so definitely check out slide 3 to see where we're getting this inspiration from. I do have steps on slide 4. That's what I'm going to show you now in this video. And then I have extra resources. Um, so I borrowed ideas from a video called Art with Trista, and you can also see another video, I Can Draw That Still Life. So those are good things to kind of get some extra credit. Go in there and learn more about still lives, which are something that we can do in our home. We always have objects in our bedroom, kitchen, bathroom, different kind of still lives that we could put together on tables and then draw. So I'm going to show you my project here and show you guys step by step. So I'm going to change the camera. There it is. All right. So in this, you guys will be able to see a couple things. Last week, we looked at taking our shapes, circle, square, triangle, and oval, and turning those flat shapes into what we call forms, using our shading inside of the shape and then the shadow because of a light source. So please check out this video from last week. It will catch you up. All right, so today we're going to be making some fruit. I do have my bowl of fruit, which is nice if you have that advantage in your home. It does look pretty close to what we're going to do today. And we're going to practice a couple basic things. Big half circles for our shape of our bowl with a rectangle bottom. And then here we're going to practice doing some tracing with a circle top you need to find it and bring to this project. So what I did was I found just a top from, this was just something I had on a cylinder. I took it off and I'm going to use that for tracing today. All right, so let's get started. I'm going to work with Sharpie marker just so you can see it clearly in the video. You can work with a number of things from painting to pencils. Any of those colored pencils, crayons are fine. So let's get started. First, we're going to start with a bowl. So we want to fill up this paper with the still life all the way out to the edges of our paper. So we don't want a teeny tiny little drawing. We're looking for something substantial. So we're going to start with a half circle for the bowl. So a straight line. We're going down near the bottom of our paper. Bring it back up and we have a semicircle. Underneath, we're going to add for the base a small rectangle. And next, we're going to do some tracing. So first thing is a circle top. So get your circle top. You're going to put it, we want it to look like it's sticking out of the bowl. So let me see if I can show you this. So you can see we want the fruits to look like, here's the top of the bowl. And we want the fruits to look like they're popping out from behind. So this circle will be behind this circle. This circle is next to that circle. All right. So here we go. So take your top, First thing, we want to place a circle on the line and trace only the top half. So it's on the line of my bowl. I'm going to hold that down and trace around. And I'm going to get a few of these here. And just, I'll make some a little bit larger. But I do want it to look like they're in the bowl. So I'm not tracing the whole circle. Okay? So we kind of stop once we get to that edge of the top of our bowl. Okay? I'm going to stack them up a little bit here. And this is the overlapping. So now it looks like one fruit is in front of the other fruit. Okay? So that's good. I've got a few of those. May put one down here. All right, on the table itself, a little apple. So I'm going to trace around that whole circle here. All right. So next, we're going to add the line for the table. Okay, we want it to look like this bowl of fruit is sitting on a table. So I'm just going to find about 3/4 of the way up my bowl and draw a straight line off of the edge of the paper on both sides. 1 and 2. Okay. Now we're going to be using curved lines, just tops of apples. Typically, we're going to be drawing kind of this from the side angle, so we're going to use a curved line for this, and then here's a little stem, and you can make some up and put some in. So to do the stems in our drawing, I'm just going to use some curved lines here. I'm going to do a curved line, and that's the side of the apple. If you want it to look like the apple is facing us, I can do more of a full circle with a curved line sticking out of it. And I'm going to just go around to each apple, put a curved line for the inside, and then the stem comes out. I might do a small triangle for a leaf. All right, so you're just kind of messing around, trying to fill in some details here. All right. So I'm just about done. I'm going to add another stem down here. You can see this doesn't take too long. Just going to each apple, giving it a little attention. And I'm going to put a little design in my bowl. So just going to have a curved line that comes around. That's something else to paint or draw or color. When you're coloring, it just gives you a little bit more options. I'll just do a small pattern of X's going right across this midsection of my bowl. Adds a little bit of interest, a little bit of pattern to my work, which is nice. All right, and this is just about done with the actual drawing itself. Now what I want to challenge you today is to think about adding some shade and shadow like we did last week. So just thinking back to our spheres, okay, looking up here. So taking your pencil and giving it different pressures. Okay, on one side, it's kind of like a crescent moon, and we're going to be pressing down with our pencil a little bit darker and darker as we get to the edges. So this is a really good exercise. You could use a pencil for this, but just thinking about where the light source is coming from. So I'm going to have the light come in from this side. So all the apples on this side will be darkest. I'm just going to use my pencil here, kind of mark that off, and then start pressing harder as I get to this side to make it look a little bit darker. And so we're talking about lights and darks, right? Make it look like there's a little bit of shadow. I'm going to add some shade over here, right? We talked about that last week. So the light source is shining, and this will be my darkest part of my 3D form, is by adding my shadow from the light. And then as I go around this apple, I'm going to make a little crescent, pressing light, and a little bit darker as I get near to this side of my apple. Okay. So light source is coming in that way for this apple. Really light right up here. All right. So just starting to get some shading going on. So right over here, maybe I'll break off this side of the apple, press light. As I get to this side, I'm pressing hard. Okay, you can try this with crayons. It works really well. Markers, not so well. Paint, you would be using white and mixing it with the color. And that's a whole nother lesson. So today we're just talking about kind of a pencil technique of adding our shade. And that shade is what makes these look 3D, so that's cool. Okay, we're trying to challenge ourselves a little bit here and make these a little more realistic looking. Alright, so as you go around, I'm just going to finish up my apples here. And feel free to add any kind of color to this. I'll try to finish this up with some color. Maybe some colored pencils. I'll find some of those and try to show you the finished artwork later in the week. So again, this is something you can definitely use his inspiration, Paul Cezanne, and start working with shading in some of our apples, right? So I hope you guys have a lot of success with this. And any questions, feel free to email me. I'll be happy to get back to you. All right. Hope you guys have a good rest of your week. Bye-bye.